All right, starting in lesson 7.5, factoring x squared plus bx plus c. Okay, polynomials of this structure. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you a particular method that the book doesn't really show, but I find that this method works really well for students. If you have your own method, use your own method, no problem. All right, but this is how this method works. It's called the big X method. And here I have ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, my b value I put on the top, 10. My c value I put on the bottom, 16. All right, I need to find two numbers that add up to 10 but multiply to give me 16. What two numbers are those? 2 and 8. All right, now if you couldn't see that immediately in your head, you could go through this process. Start off with 1 and ask yourself, what do you do to 1 to get 10? You add 9. Okay, 1 times 9 is not 16 though. So you go up to 2 then. 2 times what? Or sorry, 2 plus what is 10? That's 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Boom, there you have it. You got your two numbers. Once you have those two numbers, you're pretty much done. Draw parentheses. All right, start off with the variable you're working with, and then I have positive 2, so it's plus 2, and I have positive 8, so it's plus 8. And you're done. That's all there is to it. Moving on to the next problem. Now, the beautiful thing with factoring is you can check your work. You'll know on the test if you did the problem right or not by just foiling and going backwards. So x times x squared, x times 8, 8x, 2 times x, 2x, and 2 times 8, 16. Then I simplify, and I'm back to where I started. So I know I factored the problem correctly. All right, let's do another example. All right, using the big X method, negative 8 goes on the top, 12 goes on the bottom. Got to find two numbers that add up to negative 8, multiply to give me 12. So I'm going to start off with 1. 1 plus what is negative 8? Well, that's going to be negative 9. Now, if I multiply these, I don't get negative 9. But my result is also negative. I'm supposed to get a positive result. So instead of starting with positive 1, you change the sign. Start with negative 1 then. Negative 1 plus what is negative 8? That's negative 7. Multiply those, I don't get 12. Let's go to the next value, negative 2. You're always using whole numbers. Negative 2 plus what is negative 8? Negative 6. I multiply those, I get 12. Great. I have my numbers. Now it's as simple as writing out parentheses, start off with the variable, and then my first number is negative 2, my second is negative 6. I am done. As simple as that. That's how you factor. All right, another example. 4 on top, negative 21 on the bottom. All right, well, two numbers add up to 4, multiply to give you negative 21. Okay, so we can start with 1. 1 plus what is 4? That's 3. I multiply them, I get a positive, but my result has to be negative, so I switch. Start off with negative 1. Negative 1 plus what is 4? 5. Multiply, don't get the result. Let's keep going. Negative 2 plus what is 4? 6. Nope. Negative 3 and 7. Yep, those work. All right, so once you get those numbers, you're done. All right, simple stuff. Factoring is very simple once you get the hang of it. All right, and the last one. Here we're working with the variable v. Don't freak out. It's just like working with x. It's just a different variable, that's all. So here I'm working with the equation. Now before I get into what to do with this component here, let's just factor this expression. So I got to find two numbers that add up to 11, multiply to give me negative 26. All right, the two numbers that work are negative 2 and 13. All right, so I factor v minus 2 times v plus 13, and now I still have this equals 0 here. All right, so what do you do now? Since it's the equation, you're solving. Okay, now what I do is I set each factor, like you did in the previous chapter, equal to 0. All right, so here I add 2, b is equal to 2, here I subtract 13. V is equal to negative 13. Done. All right, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, if you need any clarification, please make sure to ask for help. Begin the assignment at the bottom of the page.